What is a woman?
Why do you ask that question?
I just really like to know.
What do you think the answer to that question is?
And that's why I came to a college professor.
What other kinds of answers have you gotten?
A lot of like this, where you're not answering, and I've gotten a lot of that, so.
I think it's interesting that you say that some of the people you've interviewed have been reluctant to answer it, and I think that has a lot to do with the questions that preceded it and the way that you've conducted yourself in the interview.
How have I conducted myself?
How do you think you've conducted yourself?
You just really don't want to answer the questions, do you? I
came today very willing and enthusiastic about answering questions about women's and gender sexuality studies.
The first answer you should be able to provide is what exactly is a woman?
Well, for me, it's actually a really simple answer, and that's a person who identifies as a woman.
But what are they identifying as?
As a woman.
But what is that?
As a woman.
Do you know what a circular definition is?
I do.
Like what you're doing right now?
Sounds like you would like me to give you a set of biological or cultural characteristics that are associated with one gender or the other.
I'm not seeking any type of definition. I'm just seeking a definition.
Yeah, and I gave you one.
As many of you, my listener, know, these days there is a very important tournament that is happening and that is hosted by Australia and New Zealand, and that is the Women's World Cup 2023. And it obviously brings from the biggest team from all over the world who are competing. Most of them are women, except for one that we know who doesn't identify as a woman, but we're going to cover that a bit later. But so it is a tournament that happens every 4 years, and where different countries compete for the title on the grand stage of all, to have all the glory and to be crowned the champion. But what we will see here is that later on is that the US national team that typically always finish in the semi-finals. This year, sadly, they were eliminated in the round of 16, right? So which is their worst performance ever. And I will give my opinion on that. But really, this World Cup has been very, 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 very revealing on many regards. So we're going to look at that. The other thing that we will look at that it's still related to this story, to the World Cup, I mean, is the fact that we have, as I just said too, that we have a woman who claims that they're not women, basically, but they are trans and non-binary. I don't know what the heck that means, but suffice to say that she now says that so basically all the mainstream media are just fawning over her and pretending that she is the greatest thing since the invention of chocolate, basically. So we're also going to cover that story as it relates to the World Cup. So without further ado, let's get into this.
It's the only thing the U.S. women's soccer team has yet to win, equal pay.
We've filled stadiums, we've broken viewing records, and yet despite all of this, we're still paid less than our male counterparts.
Megan Rapinoe, a star of the team, speaking to Congress on Equal Pay Day.
If it can happen to me, with the brightest light shining on us at all times, it can, and it does, happen to every person who is marginalized by gender.
In the U.S., women on average make 82 cents to every dollar paid to white men. For black women, it's 63 cents. For Latinas, it's 55. U.S. women's soccer sued the U.S. Soccer Federation for equal pay and equal treatment in 2019. They now get better hotels and flights, but a judge dismissed their claim for equal pay. The team is appealing. The Soccer Federation says it's still open to further negotiation.
Megan, a dramatic, bizarre, ultimately sickening way to lose. I've got to ask you, I mean, how do you account for that? Have you ever seen anything like it?
No, not really. Still would love to watch the tape back. Lissa's saying that she got a good save on it, but obviously to miss penalties, that was like a sick, dark joke in there somewhere for me personally. Just not our.
So, as I said, our next story is about covering the defeat of the US women national team at this World Cup. Okay, as you've seen for yourselves in the clip that I played earlier, sadly, depending on whether you're supporting them or not, I guess, they were eliminated. And forgive me, my listeners in America, but I, for one, was very happy. I was exhilarated. I was so happy, you wouldn't even believe it. Why was I happy? Because I saw a team that chose to I'm not even an American, but a team that chose to disrespect their own country, the flag of the country, the national. Even if you're not happy, huh? Even if you're not happy with your country, there is a saying in French, and I think there is one also similar in English, but like the linge sale se lave en famille. That means that you cannot you cannot talk about your dirty laundry in public. It is not normal. Even if you're upset with your country, okay, fine, we get that. Even if it was the case that you wanted to protest, but why do that? Why do that so freaking publicly? Why do that? That's what I don't understand. Why do that? People have sacrificed for that flag, okay? People have died. Why would you disrespect that country so much? And you put on a jersey with a flag on. You get these people are just they're just entitled. They entitled, and they think that the world revolves around them. It is crazy. It is crazy that we have people like that. Honestly speaking, honestly, you guys in America should take people like this and you put them on an island and you leave them there. You put them on an island and you leave them there so that we don't see them, we don't hear them. They can go. They can go. Oh, this is insane, my dear friends. This is insane. And so they go all the way there, and then she has this smug smile on her face. You have not played well. You have not played well. First of all, you lie about, this is the whole thing about the reason why I don't lie. So she lies about the whole equal pay thing. Lawsuit. Which the women's team themselves refused the same deal that was given to them. The same deal that was given to men was also given to them. They rejected it. And then they try to put pressure on the public. So they try to basically encourage the public to be upset about that. As it turns out, they were earning more money overall with benefits, and they were also earning more money per game. But there's still discrimination. And these men who signed that deal to split things 50-50, they must be the dumbest people that I've ever seen in my life. The dumbest people. We know in the year of 2021, from 2015, 2019, and we also know from what happened in 2020, the fact that the men, they took all the risk. They were like, okay, so high risk, high reward. The contract was structured in such a way that they only get paid if they play. 2020 came with the pandemic, nothing. The women still got paid. Maternity leave, whatever they wanted, dental, everything. They got all those benefits. The men didn't get anything. Per game, they were earning more. And still they went on national television to claim that they were paid less. And what is wrong with these men? What is wrong with these men that they have to acquiesce to this type of demand? No. I don't have time for this nonsense, my friends. I don't have time for this nonsense. This is why I am so happy that Megan Rapinoe, who is, by the way, a disgrace, that she's going home. She's going home. And that is something worth celebrating, my dear friends. It is something worth celebrating. And I'm going to celebrate along with the normal people who don't want this woke ideology shoved down our throat. We don't want any of that. So it is a good thing. It's a very good thing. Let me know what you guys think. Please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And I will continue to bring you my commentary on just the latest news from around the world. So I'm your host, Anthony Mukanya, and I will be very glad to see you next time. Peace. So, to stay with you in the same theme of this World Cup, okay, we've seen the disaster that the United States women's team was during this World Cup, only winning one game, drawing 3 now, plus the loss of last night. So it was really terrible. But staying with the theme and the virtue signaling that we've seen throughout this tournament, right? So I would like to bring to you this story, which completely puzzled me, and I don't understand that, right? So you have this so-called transgender athlete who plays for Canada, and she's both transgender. My understanding was for a person who is transgender, they're transitioning towards something from something, and yet this person also claims that they are non-binary. Go figure. I'm completely lost there, right? So we're going to cover the insanity that is happening in football. So last year, you guys remember that the German team went very famous with when they tried to put the hand over the mouth in protest of who knows what, as they were because the competition was in Qatar. The Qataris were very clear that they didn't want any LGBTQ propaganda in the country, and obviously the mafia, the alphabet mafia, was very upset with all of that. Okay, so what they tried to do, tried to encourage teams like the German team to put the hand over the mouth in protest, right? And we've seen the American team before also kneeling, not even kneeling, so refusing to just sing during the national anthem, which is really insane. The country that you're meant to represent, and you're not doing the right thing. I really don't understand that. But this story here is about the next story, to stay in the theme of the World Cup, as I said, is about this Canadian player, right? So as you can see there, so meet Canada midfield queen, the first trans player to feature at a World Cup. Now imagine that, we right off the bat. So this person has not done anything, nothing, just claiming something that is irrational, right? Gets her on the front page of at least a main article online. So let's read here. Canada midfielder Queen made history when they became the first transgender non-binary person to appear at either men's or women's World Cup. You see what I mean? You didn't save anybody with bullets flying everywhere. You did not jump or escalate like a building to save a kid. You just sit there and claim to be something that you're not, and boom, you are a superstar. You are a transgender and non-binary. I don't even understand how that is even possible. I don't get it. Okay? playing 90 so to appear in the men's or women's World Cup, playing 90 minutes in the 0-0 draw with Nigeria in Melbourne last week. The Ontario native, 27, is already a gold medalist for the country, part of the side that triumphed at the COVID-delayed Tokyo Olympic in summer of 2021 and has designs on going all the way in Australia and New Zealand too. Hailing from a sporting family, Quinn's father and mother played football, rugby, and basketball respectively. The midfielder quickly took to football as a child, rejecting all other after-school pursuits in favor of the beautiful game. Okay, so they played a youth level for North Toronto, Richmond Hill, Erin Mills, Eagles, guys. And before heading juice, and enrolling as a biology major. Imagine that. Imagine that. Oh. Guys, whoever gives this person a degree, they should resend it. So you graduate in biology and you haven't learned anything about human biology. No, guys, this is insanity. Huh? Let's be very clear. This is crazy. I hope you guys can all see that. This is insane. Okay. For me, this has nothing to do with courage. Let's be very clear. It has nothing to do with courage. This person is not courageous in any way, shape, or form. They just wake up one morning and decided, this is what I'm going to do. I mean, please give us a break. Give us a break. Give us a break. Turning professional after graduation, they signed first for Washington Spirit in 2018 before a short-lived stint with Paris FC in France followed. Look, this is what we need to stop this nonsense. A person at a Women's World Cup who doesn't identify as women, I mean, make it make sense. So she's an ex-woman, or at least that's what she claims, to be an ex-woman. But then this person wants to participate in a Women's World Cup. And they call it a trans non-binary. The whole idea of transitioning is you leave one state for another. So this person wants us to believe that they're transitioning from something to nothing or to in between. Guys, I don't know what to say anymore. Anyway, this is why this World Cup is not popular. This is why this World Cup is not popular. And if they keep going like this, we are definitely, most definitely not going anywhere in this world because the culture has been completely corrupted. And there is social contagion. These idiots know that, and yet they want to pretend that they don't. Guys, I'm tired. I don't know. I can't deal with these nonsense anymore. I can't deal with this nonsense. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. Is this normal? Why are we continuing to allow a person who says that they don't identify as a woman to play at a Women's World Cup? We've reached another level of insanity. I give up. Like I said, please let me know what you guys think because I think personally this is ridiculous. And I hope you can agree with me really on this. This needs to stop as it is completely and utterly ridiculous. So we'll move on to our next story. So our next story comes to us from Canada. Yes, the great land of Canada where there are really, really crazy people. If you're not sure, keep watching and you will find out how crazy those people are. I mean, this is insane. So we will stay. You will notice that today is basically a theme of sport. At least three of the stories that I'm bringing to you before we're moving to more political stuff. But the last story really just it's just another symptom or example, shall we say, of the kind of craziness that we are all experiencing. Completely and utterly crazy. And I would like to respond to this story. So just basically to put things into context, this is a biological man in the biological man in Canada who now plays women's rugby, and you will see there for yourself. Like I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. So without further ado, let's just dive in, and then I will comment on this as we go along.
For a female rugby game, this against Burlington. And what can I tell you? This is yet another edition of how Transanity continues. You see, there was a member.
Look at this dude. Apparently, he was voted the third highest hitter in the province, whatever, where they live. Look at this dude. Look at these ladies. What is this? No.
Of the first team, who is a biological male. Just look at him. His name is Ash Davis. He doesn't resemble a female at all. I mean, he's not even trying to pull off the scam with a fake wig or giant breasts. That might all be well and jolly. It's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt, right? So that's the point. Biological women are being hurt by this grifter. Last month, there was a game that Fergus competed in, and count them, three women had to be carted off the field with injuries. It's inexplicable. I mean, with the exception of auto racing and equestrian, the genders are divided, especially for a sport like rugby. Mr. Davis, Ash, why are you doing this? I'm David Menzies, Rebel News.
No, you're not really a part of this. We're having a team chat now.
Okay, I'm just trying to ask some questions, ma'am.
But that's not the appropriate time.
Why are you allowing a biological male to compete against female players?
I'm not going to have a conversation with you.
Well, I'll talk to Ash then. Ash, do you take joy in injuring female rugby players? Are you lacking the skills to play with male players when you should be? You're a biological male, aren't you? World Rugby, the governing body, says this is against the rules. You can't have biological males playing against biological females.
I don't know. I guess they just. Now, what's a biological female?
Well, I would imagine if you're born with female genitalia versus male genitalia. Pardon me?
You're defining a biological female versus your definition.
Again, so this is an appeal to authority, right? Listen. You have to be one of the dumbest person on the planet to really ask a question like that. One of the dumbest person. Listen. It is very simple. I don't need a PhD in linguistics to know what's a man and what is a woman. I don't need that. I can read. I can use my freaking eyes. I can tell that what I'm dealing with here is a man or a woman. I don't need this is the type of insanity. And look at this. Look at
in the history of sports, all sports, with the exception of equestrian or auto racing.
History. I'm only 19 years old. I cannot say what happened 20 years ago because I wasn't.
But in the here and now, you see male tennis, female tennis, right?
I don't see any tennis. I don't watch tennis.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't exist then.
to me. You can't ask me a question about it because I have no idea. Just the same as you can't talk about what a female is if you're not a doctor.
I can't. What is a female then? Do you have a definition?
Not a doctor.
Well, how do you like that? You have to be a doctor in order to define what a female is. Oh boy, look at that. 2 police SUVs dispatched to the scene as though there was a homicide committed. Unbelievable. You might want to investigate this. There is a biological male in a female change room.
Okay. All right. Well, it's not a criminal offense at all, is it?
One of the 3 women injured by Ash Davis last month has said, "I've never been hit like that before, even at the competitive women's level. There was so much more brute force. There are women who are bigger than him, but no girl hits like that. This is a strong human."
Guys, I don't even know what to say. We live in a world, my friends, where insanity is rewarded. We live in a world where insanity is rewarded. And in fact, the more insane you are, the better. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? This is the world we live in now. A man who injures up to 3 women, and you have an idiot like that woman, and is like, "No, I'm not a doctor, so I'm gonna walk off." And they think when they do that, this, guys, we can no longer let this type of insanity run their course unimpeded, as if nothing is happening. At some point, people, at some point, we have to say, no, enough is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Huh? And if they're not going to listen to reason, I don't know what to do. This is not normal. It isn't. How did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get to a point where a man, a guy who is not even trying to pretend to be a woman, can just walk on a field or pitch with female players and then just destroys them? And you have idiots who are who want to tell us that this is a good thing, huh? Oh no. This cannot continue, guys. We cannot continue like that. But let me know what you guys think, really. Is this normal? Is this the type of insanity that we sanction in the West and that we think that this is a great thing? Let me know what you guys think.